So I only have a few minutes here this morning. I'm actually recording for a change when the sun's rising. Maybe not rising, but to be seen to be rising after the dark mornings that we have in this winter. I wanted to talk briefly about the law of karma, the universal law of karma. Simply because I was talking to someone very recently who was doing some work for me, and he was saying to me how after his father had passed, that the partners whom he had taken advantage of the business, because he was only very young at the time. He was too young to understand what was going on, and that these men had effectively done over their mother, basically, with a lot of unscrupulous behavior. And what he had sensed and seen many years later was that these people were thriving, absolutely no justice being seen to be done at all. So I had a talk to him about karma. I says, just because you can't see karma occurring, and it may not be occurring in our physical world at this time that you're aware of, but there's absolutely no escaping the universal law of karma. Somewhere down the line, there will be a price to pay for any individual who thinks in this realm where, okay, the energy is working at a slower level because we are in a realm of duality and polarity. But never doubt for one moment that the natural universal law is not at work. Just because you don't see it to be seen to be happening immediately, just know that it will happen. There is no escaping the natural law of cause and effect, sow and reap. What goes around comes around. And sometimes we are tempted to try to force this along a little bit, give them a bit of just desserts. But the thing with doing that is you may be in your right to retaliate. But the fact is, if you retaliate and you do something in return, then you will also be subject to that same law, whether you're right or not. So always trust. I've seen it many times in life where people have wronged me. And some terrible things. But as time went on in life, and I learned my lessons from every experience, have no doubt, the more painful the experience, the greater the opportunity for my soul to advance. So I was allowed to advance and quantum leap by great magnitudes because of the awful experiences, and because I eventually let go of the pain attached to any of it when I understood the law of karma. And I did get to see somewhere down the line people many years later, and I looked at their lives and I looked at them and I thought, wow, just by their sheer thinking, what they brought upon themselves, certainly as far as ill health was concerned. So never wish badness on anyone who does you wrong, because they will have a karmic price to pay. Have absolutely no doubt about this. There is only one real law operating in this world, the law of nature, going on behind the scenes, the universal law. Humanity has, for the most part, totally and utterly ignored this law and have gone completely and utterly against our very nature. And this swung to a very dark period over the last definitely couple of 100 years. But you have to understand to look at the bigger cycle. In the galactic cycle, this had to happen. We go through phases. The Earth going through our solar system, we go through phases of awareness, awakening, asleep. Now that we've come into the golden age, again, don't worry that things seem to be moving too slowly. Try to exercise a little bit more patience, because we really are only into this era, by a short time, only just almost a year into the golden age. This golden age will continue for 6,000, whatever 3 times 2,160 is. I can't count it for a minute in my head. That's my radiators making some noises. Anyway, the balance, you have to understand, we're coming from the extreme of darkness. This is the one period in humanity when we go from the darkest into the lightest. So it's the most notable change will be coming about. As long as you individually work on yourself and do what is right and righteous within self, you will have earned good destiny. Now, have no doubt about this. My electricity is due to be switched off shortly for the day for some maintenance that's going on, apparently. So I will leave this for now. Just never doubt, as I say, never doubt that behind the scenes, the natural law is at play. And do what you know to be right. Thank you for now. Namaste.